Welcome to Gossip America. I'm Eva, bringing you the latest shocking updates on Duggar family. Unexpected twists, emotional moments, and unbelievable drama. Stay tuned till the end. Josh Duggar's fellow inmate complains about mold on ceiling and claims prisoners smoke drugs in yard in new lawsuit. The prison has been accused of inhumane conditions in the past. Josh Duggar's fellow inmate has complained about the alleged worsening conditions and drug use in a lawsuit against the Dallas, Texas prison. Josh, 37, is serving his 151-month prison sentence for child pornography at FCI Seagoville. The U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal a bombshell lawsuit has been filed against the Federal Bureau of Prisons facility. In the February 2025 complaint, the inmate claimed, "Smoked K2 when I first got to the yard. Stopped smoking it on July 6, 2024. K2 is a synthetic drug similar to marijuana. The inmate claimed he suffered a seizure and the medical staff didn't do anything but check my vitals. They have me in this 100-year-old building with mold in these cells and air vents," the lawsuit alleged. "I keep complaining about it since I had my seizure on January 16, 2025, and they won't do anything. Keep asking to move cells that have less mold or no mold at all. They act like they don't hear me. Grand Prairie say they take staff misconduct seriously but still treating me the same way. I haven't even had a chance to see my daughter in person." The court ordered the inmate to file his complaint on the proper form within 30 days. The deadline expired and the court dismissed the complaint without prejudice. A rep for FCI Seagoville declined to comment to the U.S. Sun. Inhumane conditions. FCI Seagoville has been accused of harsh conditions in the past. The U.S. Sun previously obtained a lawsuit from a prisoner who accused the facility of inhumane conditions. In the lawsuit filed on February 26, 2024, inmate Wawadino Peterson claimed the food served at the prison contained maggots. He also alleged by providing an email that he was denied medical care for the third day in a row to be looked at for seizures or some other issues related to brain issues. Health Services responded to the email with the hours available to see a doctor and advised him to speak to the nurse in his unit. In a November 22, 2023 email to the warden, Wawadino alleged, "Inhumane living conditions since November 21, raw sewage inside the jail over 24 hours and myself forced to live with sewage." He requested $494, $658.83. FCI Seagoville did not respond to the lawsuit and the case was dismissed. An insider previously told the U.S. Sun that inmates often suffer medical neglect, as the prison doesn't always hold sick call on the scheduled days. The source claimed, "My family member hasn't received any medical treatment for it in 2.5 years for his disability. He's asked and they keep telling him that he's on the list. He needs glasses and has been on the list to get an optometry appointment for over a year and still hasn't gotten any. My family member has had situations where he's had a cold or COVID. And sometimes it's a couple of days before he's able to get any kind of attention at all." The insider added, "Someone I know said her husband is always sick because he's just constantly always cold and undernourished." FCI Seagoville did not respond to the U.S. Sun's request for comment at the time regarding sick call. Living conditions. The source also previously told the U.S. Sun that the inmates live in conditions that make them more susceptible to illness. The source claimed to the U.S. Sun, "The food they get is regularly expired. They're just like really disgustingly expired, always by at least a couple of weeks. And it's like milk. All sorts of like stuff that can't be expired for that long. They had a run of cereal that had bugs in it, and so people just couldn't eat their cereal because it was filled with bugs." The insider continued to allege that the prison runs out of food kind of often. The source claimed, "It's only ever been like a 1 or 2 day thing at a time, but the portions are also small enough to where if you can't afford to buy food on commissary, you're going hungry." Josh's living conditions. As for Josh, the U.S. Sun previously reported he lives in a renovated dorm with special amenities and privileges. They finished painting the walls and getting flowers put into Dorm 6 where Josh lives. "It's been turned into an honors dorm," a source claimed to the U.S. Sun. "They get special privileges and building updates because it's an honors dorm. There are washers and dryers, microwaves, and more. They're trying to create a dorm of model inmates." Appeal battle. But despite the luxe living arrangements, the U.S. Sun previously reported on Josh's request for counsel to file another appeal filed on May 12. Court papers read that Josh requests that this honorable court appoint counsel to assist in evaluating and potentially preparing a motion. Josh claimed his case involves complex constitutional and evidentiary issues, particularly relating to legal rulings and strategic decisions made during trial proceedings, errors in the admission of forensic evidence, and potential Brady violations. These issues may be relevant for a collateral attack and require skilled legal counsel to thoroughly review and evaluate all potential grounds for relief. He claimed that since his 2021 trial, new legal theories and strategies have emerged in public discourse that may be relevant to the defendant's case. In light of these developments, the defendant seeks to consult with counsel to fully evaluate the potential of these emerging strategies and how they may support a motion for relief. Josh said he lacks the resources and legal training to properly investigate. The defendant requests counsel for the limited purpose of reviewing the record, evaluating possible constitutional claims, and if meritorious grounds exist, preparing and filing a Section 2255 motion, which is a motion to challenge a conviction or sentence. Josh also noted that he is unable to afford counsel due to my current financial circumstances. The filing ended. I asked the court to consider my request in light of the complexity of my case and the time-sensitive nature of the statutory deadline. Lawyers for Josh, who represented him in his child pornography case, did not respond to the U.S. Sun's request for comment. He then begged Arkansas federal court to provide him with a new legal team to help him file another motion by June 24, 2025. The U.S. Sun obtained a letter written by Josh to Judge Timothy L. Brooks, who handled his trial, begging him for help with the request. The letter dated May 12, 2025 began, "I hope this letter finds you well. I am writing to respectfully submit a motion requesting the appointment of counsel. I am currently incarcerated and proceeding pro se, which means on his own behalf. I seek the court's assistance in appointing counsel to help evaluate my case and, if appropriate, prepare a motion to vacate, set aside, or correct my conviction and sentence. During my time of incarceration, I have worked diligently to focus on education, personal growth, my faith, and to maintain strong family ties. However, as I review my case, I believe there are significant issues relating to trial errors, evidentiary rulings, and other constitutional violations that merit a thorough post-conviction review. I am unable to fully assess these matters on my own, which is why I seek the assistance of qualified counsel to help evaluate whether relief is justified." Josh then requested the court grant the motion and appoint counsel for the limited purpose of assisting me in evaluating and preparing a potential motion. Josh has maintained his innocence and has been fighting to appeal the conviction since his sentencing in May 2022. Josh first filed an appeal to the conviction in October 2022. In August 2023, the 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals denied his request for a new trial. The Supreme Court then officially denied the conviction appeal in June 2024. The U.S. Sun exclusively reported Josh's release date has been pushed back from October 2, 2032 to December 23, 2032. Josh's crime. He was arrested and charged with possessing and receiving child pornography in April 2021. He was found guilty and sentenced to 151 months in federal prison in May. The former 19 Kids and Counting star was transferred to FCI Seagoville in June 2022. He remains married to his wife Anna, 36, today, who he shares 7 children with. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe our channel. Thank you.